Hi, welcome to Life Skills with Louie. I'm Louie. Today we are talking about expanding your consciousness through awe and learning. If you haven't watched the introduction to this smaller section about responding to gaps in resilience, please do that so you understand what we're doing in this section. And if you haven't watched the two introductions to Getting to Great, I encourage you to do that. One is about mapping your experience, and the other is about responding to your experience. And this general back and forth of awareness and response is the essence of Getting to Great, which is about confidence and self-care. So, to discuss expanding your consciousness, it became clear to me that I needed to add this and talk explicitly to it because it is so essential for humans. Our ancestors most likely had the experience of sitting around a fire together, looking up at vast swaths of stars and the mystery of that. There was so much mystery in their life. Of course, that could be scary at times, but when they're sitting around a fire together and stories are being told, I have to imagine there was a natural experience of awe and expansiveness. Or maybe they were sitting at the local pub, laughing, talking with each other, making music. So many different ways this could happen. Or just being out in nature much more. But I think this experience was much more common in the past. Now we have the ability, especially since the advent of television and then the phones, to have this kind of, I don't know if it's false, but it's definitely a diminished experience of expanding our consciousness. We can watch these epic shows that bring this sense of wow to our minds, but it's not the same as true awe over the large mystery of life. So I think our cultures are at a deficit of this sense of expanded consciousness. And I mean this term quite broadly. This is not one thing. And I want to talk about different things this might look like. So the two simplest that I'll bring up are prayer and learning. Prayer, opening to something larger, is a natural expansive practice. There's a section on prayer within Connecting to Calm and the Improved Moment skills. You can take a look at that if you want more ideas on prayer. You can look it up online. But that's one example of so many. And just generally learning about anything new, which topic, any topic, that's expanding your awareness of the world, of life, and is naturally expansive. But this does not get just contained in those two ideas. There are so many. I mean, being out in nature. I was just listening to something this morning about farming practices, and I could imagine someone who's farming in such a way that they're very conscious of what they're doing. They're expanding their awareness to all these beings around them and the nature around them. Just being out in nature could be really expansive. The ideas of this are limitless. Maybe for another person, it's dance. If you have a sense of expansion, a feeling of expansion where you're no longer so tight in this one little bubble, but you're feeling bigger and the sense of awe might arise. That is what I'm talking about. And humans need this and need a lot more of it. So please expand your consciousness regularly in whatever way works for you or whatever ways work for you. Do it in little ways, do it in big ways, but do expand your consciousness.